All right, let's start doing some cooking here. This is something I kind of just come up with. Whitney behind camera too is like, Joe, do something with some pasta, maybe a tortellini. So I said, okay, let's do it. So first off, we'll start with over here with what kind of ingredients we have. So we do have the tortellini pasta right there, and I went with a 3-cheese tortellini. I'll show you the brand here in just a second. Got a couple of containers here of marinara sauce, and I went with the Bertolli brand of marinara. There's other brands out there, but I've always had really good success with Bertolli. Heavy whipping cream, so I want to make this a creamy tortellini. Other ingredients, we've got some garlic powder here, some Italian seasoning, a block, at least a half the block there of cream cheese. And I'm going to add some heat into this, but not going to go red pepper flakes. Maybe I will put the chili sauce in there with a little bit of the sriracha. So here are some of the ingredients that I used in this recipe. I'm not going to add the fire roasted tomatoes, but if you'd like some extra tomatoes with your marinara sauce, go ahead and add it in. Chili sauce, sriracha, and again, there is the Bertolli. Let me move that just for a second. There's the Bertolli that I used. Italian seasoning. This actually is a seasoning that you use to make a salad dressing, but it has such good flavor to it. I like to use that. And there is the brand of cheese tortellini that I use. So we're going to fire this thing up here and get us some heat and get going. So the first thing what we're going to do here is add in the marinara sauce. And the reason I want to do that first, aside from the block of cream cheese, is so that I already have a good base, a good coating going on inside the pan. So we're going to go ahead and throw in our marinara sauce. Now this is going to be roughly maybe about 2 cups worth, maybe a little bit more if you want to go that route, but 2 cups there of your marinara sauce, which has really good flavor to it, that already has all your spices and everything in there. We're still going to add a few bit more, but we're going to go ahead and just go with the marinara sauce because, again, it already has everything in there that you need for your flavor. It's got the basil in there. It's got the salt. It's got the garlic, all that really good stuff. So now we just kind of stir things up to get a little bit on the warm side, and we'll go ahead now and throw in that block, half block, I should say, of the cream cheese. Now I went ahead and what I did with the cream cheese is I went ahead and softened it. It's been at room temperature for a little bit, but then I also put the foil packet that it's already in. I put that into a bowl of hot water so that really, as you see here, just really as you press on it, just kind of begins to blend in there with the marinara sauce. So give that some time, let the heat of your burner, of your stove get to that, and that will start to give you a little bit more of that creaminess, if you will, a little sweet flavor, and again, we're just adding in more cheese flavor, right? But we're gonna also continue to make this even more on the creamy side by adding in some heavy whipping cream. So still some little clumps here, that's okay, just work with it, not a big problem. We'll let it sit there for a second and get warm. In the meantime, I'm going to throw in that chili sauce here, which doesn't have a whole lot of heat to it. It's a heat with a little bit of a sweetness to it. Again, the chili sauce. If you want to add a little bit more heat to it, which I'm going to do, but not a whole lot, I'm going to throw in just a little bit there of some sriracha. If you don't have sriracha, you can use a chili paste. You could go with red pepper flakes if you wanted to. Just something to give it a little bit of heat. If you don't want heat, then just leave that step out, right? Now, I'm not going to throw any garlic in here. You could throw some garlic powder if you'd like. But again, you've got the marinara that already has the heat to it. We're going to throw in this heavy whipping cream now. This is going to be close to about 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. You could go half and half if you'd like, but I've always found the whipping cream just seems to work a little bit better. So now we're going to stir everything up and get everything evenly distributed so that when we put the tortellini in, that it gets a nice, good, and even coating. The tortellini, by the way, that's already cooked. You've already done that. You followed the package instructions, but basically for what I did with what I bought, I did it at 10 minutes to get it basically al dente style. So now we're getting a really good blend here of our sauces. You can see it's kind of got the reddish color to it, but a little bit of white in there indicating how creamy it is becoming. Now we're going to mix in that tortellini. We'll get that coated up just a little bit there, and then now we're going to throw in the rest. Now I'm using the whole bag here, put the whole bag just to go ahead and get a nice good amount here for the entire studio. So now what you're going to do here is once all this is added in, I have to let my tortellini warm back up because I did this yesterday. But when you do it at home, the tortellini will still be hot for you because you're going to strain it and make your sauce and then put it right back in there. So once all is said and done, all you're doing is just stirring, evenly coating, letting the heat get to it, getting your sauce a little bit on the thicker side, and then you can put some fresh parsley on top, which I have here. I'll tear some of that up. And I think a good side dish here is I took some fresh broccoli I got out of the produce section, and I blanched it yesterday. And that Italian seasoning I was telling you about earlier there, that's kind of like a salad dressing. I'm going to sprinkle some of that on top just to give that broccoli a little bit more flavor, and some Parmesan would be good on there as well. So we're going to turn this off here. We're going to let this simmer for just a couple more minutes. I'll serve it up to Ron right after this break.